everybody. Welcome today. I'm just gonna have my stuff here today. I'm not gonna be on camera today. So that's that. So anyway, I welcome you in today. I'm Christy with My Artful Adventures, and we do lots of paper crafting here. If you're not seeing the little red live button up in the corner on Facebook, be sure and let me know that you were here. Give me a hashtag replay. If you're watching on YouTube, I would love that if you enjoy what we do here today, I would love for you to subscribe and to give me a follow. Ring that little bell so you get notifications. Today we're going to make a fun fold card, and our card today is actually going to be something I'm going to show you how to also use it in a junk journal. I'm always saying that a lot of these things that we do for card making can be used for junk journals, but today I'm actually going to convert it to that, and we'll put one on a journal page. Hello, Margaret. Hi, Deborah. How are you guys doing? So let me just pop over here 1 second and get it to where I can see comments, and we will be good to go. And let's see. How are you ladies doing today? Having a great day? There's Nancy. Hello, welcome. Oh my goodness, I dropped my granddaughter and her friend off over at the Six Flags amusement park earlier today. And I tell you what, I hadn't dropped anybody off over there, and that was pretty interesting. Before we knew it, we were practically on our way out. Hi, Molly. And so, oh my goodness, then I just kind of stopped. We'd seen people stopping, but I didn't realize what was going on. And so after we get over there, I'm like, oh my goodness, girls, I'm so sorry. So they got to have a hike before they ever even started onto their fun time. So it won't hurt them though, right? They were glad to do it. They were glad to get a ride. So that was pretty funny. Hi, Janet. All right. Oh, thanks so much, Molly. I so appreciate that. I really do. Every time you do that, I really appreciate it. Okay, I am ready to get going. This card that we're going to do, what we're using today, I love this paper. This is from Stampin' Up, and this pack is called Thoughtful Journey. And all of them are 6 by 6 pages, and there's 4 of each design. So actually it's like getting a 12 by 12 that somebody's already cut for you, right? So there's lots of them in here. They all have pretty designs on the backgrounds as well. So there's lots that we can do with that. So I just wanted to tell you that was what we were using for this particular card, for this part of our segment anyway. Now, this is the one that I have picked out, and then in a second, I'm going to have you guys help me decide how we're going to move forward, okay? So first of all, we're going to start with a piece of cardstock. This is going to be the main foundation for our card. So it's 5.5 inches by 11 inches, okay? And now then we're going to score it. So we're going to score it in half this way, so that would be 4.25. Oops, I'm going to be cutting it if I'm not careful. Okay, so this trimmer is interesting because you've got a scoring tool built right into it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to cut 2 strips, 1.25 inches, right down to the fold line, or from the fold line up, whichever you want to do. So let me see here. My light isn't very good right there, but it won't matter. So 1.25 there, and then I could measure it off on this side as well. So 1.25, only to your score line. So just down to the 4.25, okay? So now we've got this funny deal going on here. We're going to go ahead and fold it. You could have folded it first. It might have made it easier for you to see where you're, where to cut down to, okay? So now we've got this funny thing going on here. We got some little flippy flaps. So what we're going to do is now I need for you to help me decide. We've got a couple of options here. We can either cut, we're going to put paper on these pieces. So we can either take this and cut it to where we've got our same design going across, and then we'll just cut it, you know, to fit those areas. Or we can use a pretty part in the center, and I had hoped that we could do that and then flip it over, but I don't really like how much of this yellow color there is right here. I'm not real wild about that. I think when we flip that over, I think that's going to be more yellow than I want. So Molly says she likes the board. Hey Martha and Betty, welcome. And so I've got this one. This is what this one looks like on this side. Isn't that pretty too? I love this. And luckily I'll have 3 more pieces that I can use. So we can either use this for the center and use this on the sides and then have like this whole interesting thing going across, or just make it all the way across. What do you think? 2 papers or 1? 2 or 1? Let me know in the comments what you guys think. 2 or 1? This is where I'm taking audience participation in. I'm going to let you guys help me decide. I'm going to like it either way. Either way. I would tend to use the 2 papers, but I think the 1 going across would be kind of pretty. Either way. Martha says 1. She wants us to use the whole scene all the way across. Anybody else? Hi, Deborah. We're deciding right now, Deborah, if we're going to use this and make it 1 scene across, because we've already got our paper cut. So are we going to use 1 scene and divide it up, or are we going to use this on the little side panels? So 1 paper or 2? So far, we only have 1 vote, you guys. Hi, Carol. So one paper or 2? That's the question. Molly says 1. Molly would like to see the whole scene across the card as well. It's going to be pretty either one. Okay, so we got 3 votes for 1. You should be cutting when you should be scoring. No, you wouldn't. You have to pay attention. Okay, it seems like it's going to be unanimous. Everybody wants to do the 1 page across. Okay, so if that's the case, then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start, and I am going to, let me think about this for a second. I'm going to need to cut some, to get the biggest, I think to make the most impact for the card, I think we need to cut some off the top and the bottom to make it look really gorgeous. So let's see here. This is about probably 3/4 of an inch. Oh gosh, I'm good. So let's cut 3/4 of an inch off the top. Okay, and so then I know that the other direction, it needs to be 4 1/8. So I'll just go ahead and cut it across here. So 4 1/8. We don't do, you know, a lot of times we leave quite a bit of a border, right? Like about 1/4 of an inch, and then we've got 1/16 of an inch. But we've got more coming. Oh, maybe more people. Hey, Lori. More people coming over from Junk Journaling. So now this piece, okay, now we're going to trim it, and we're going to, I think if we look at our card, we can, or our card base, we can see how much of this is going to take is about this much, and I think that's pretty. Otherwise, we could move it over a little bit and get more of this, but I think it's pretty just like that. We'll just barely trim a tiny bit off, so I think that we're good there. So I'm going to just start cutting the amounts that I need off. So we're going to cut 1 1/8. Now remember, we cut these at 1 1/4. So if you're just popping on, we've made a regular size card base that's 5 1/2 by 11, scored it in half at 4 1/4, And then we have just cut these little flaps. So 1¼ inch on the outside edges, only to the score mark, okay? Hey Susan, how are you? So now we're gonna cut, and this is what I was saying. This is 1¼ We're gonna cut our first little section at 1 1/8. So it's a little bit less than what we're used to having for a mat. And that's okay. It's gonna come together. And this one is gonna be 2 7/8. And then the last one is another one at 1 1/8. So when they start getting small, they're hard to grab onto. See, look at that size. Makes it hard to hold on to. So just go ahead and press down on your trimmer so you can, you know, keep it still and straight in there. Okay, let's move that out of the way. So now let's just go ahead and glue our pieces on. Whoops. Oh, almost forgot which way they went. Oh my goodness. All right. Now, this is not a new style card at all, but you know what? If you're like me, even if it was a old card, which, you know, it is kind of, it's been long enough since I saw anybody do it that it's, you know, what's the saying? What's old is new again. I think that's the way it is. You can go back and forth and look at all kinds of, you know, crafts. And now crafting is kind of a different thing because, you know, it seems like we kind of go through cycles with different crafts, right? I tell you, I'm so happy that macrame has come back into style. I've got a great macrame book that I had from the time I was in high school. It is a great book. Okay, and then our last one, I'm going to put across here. This reminds me of, like, have you ever seen the things that are like for wall art that they divide into maybe like 3 sections? It's kind of what this reminds me of. I kind of like them. I don't know why, but I kind of like them. Okay. All right, so there we've got those 3. Now we're going to take a little piece. Now, if you want to do it like a lighter color, if you wanted to stamp on a greeting across part of this, I would make this a lighter color. But I'm just going to make this a darker color here. And I'm actually going to, I don't know. So this is 5 1/4 by 1 inch high. And you can kind of move it wherever you want to. You wouldn't even have to have it this wide. It wouldn't even necessarily need to be 1 inch wide. And you can put it wherever you want. And maybe this one, well, let me think about this for a second. By the time we put something on for our greeting, I think that we could put it over here, and then it would be out of the way of some of these other flowers. Or, you know what? I'm just going to cut this a little bit. I'm not going to stamp a greeting on it. So I think I want it just a little bit shorter, which that's going to make it hard on here to hang on to, I think. I just have to check my guides there on the side. So I'm just going to do 3/4 of an inch. I'm not sure I got that straight, you guys, but you'll get the idea. No, I didn't. I didn't get it straight. Now, all we're going to do now is we're only going to put glue on the ends, okay? So now, you know, you could do it down low. You could do it kind of up a little bit higher. I don't like that it's covering this stuff up, but I don't really want it super high. Well, I guess I'd rather see some of it below. And there's a little bit, well, that's going to be hidden in a second. So now we're going to put this like this, and we're only going to glue these two. Now what happens is when you open this up, you've got this panel that is down here. And now we're going to put a little piece of white in here. And you could, you know, do some other decorating on here, which we might do. Hang on a second. I've got some of those strips there that we could still use, that we cut off. And I think there's one of those that'll look kind of pretty. Like, even if we do one edge. One thing about it is when you do a card, you almost have to put a light color in. If you're going to use a dark background, when you put a lighter piece in, then it gives you something if you want to stamp a greeting, or if you want to, you know, write your note or whatever you want to do. Now, we've got, this is what happens. We've got this here. We could put some on the edge here, or we could put some across the bottom. That would be kind of pretty. Just across the bottom. Oh, I kind of like that, you guys. Let's do that. Let's trim it down a little bit, though. That's kind of a lot. Let's trim it down a little bit. What is it? It's over an inch. Let's just do, well, let's just do about 3/4 of an inch on this. And hopefully this has got numbers and numbers on here that I'm not used to on some of my other trimmers. And I'm sure that it is made with people in mind who probably use the metric system. So it's nice that there's a trimmer that they can, you know, use as well. So, but no, when I didn't trim it off. So this needs to be 5 and, let's see, it's 5 1/2, 5 1/4. Let's just run it all the way across the bottom. So it goes from edge to edge on our little inside piece. Hi, Lori. Okay. Hey, Donna. Hey, Sherry. Oh my goodness, we got more people popping in. All right, so I can't really tell. And you could even put it this way, but I kind of like the green. What do you think? The green side or the other side? The multicolor or the green? I kind of like the green. What do you guys like? What do you think? Which would you pick? Let's hear your opinions. The green or the multicolor? It's kind of a softer look on that side. It's kind of, either way, it's pretty. What do you guys think? I'm not, green. I like the green. Yeah, I like the green too. Let's do the green. Oh, and Lori jumps in with multi. Okay. Okay, we got more people with the green, and we'll just go ahead and get it down here because I want to show you how to use this same idea and put it in a journal page. Okay, so now we've got that. It comes down here, kind of locks in place, and then I've already made a little thing. I almost forgot to make anything for a greeting. I'm not real pleased with this. I'm not wild about it. But then you can put whatever you want to. Some people put something in the middle. You can, you know, put it wherever you would like to. I'm not wild about the white color. I think that's part of what I'm not real thrilled about. But I did like these small little words, and that's in this set. It's called Simply Said, and there's a lot of them that are just. And I think it shows it pretty close to the size that it is. Oh, this actually looks a little bit bigger. But anyway, these are some, this kind of will take you through a lot of things. I'm always saying how I love to have something that has, you know, lots of occasions, or that you can really get a lot of use out of for a stamp set, and I like that one. And like I said, I'm not really that wild over this. I'll probably put something else on it. And so when that is stuck on, you can see that we open it up like that. And you know what? It's not so bad kind of in the middle. Then I still can see my little flower over here. I almost like it best in the middle. And you could put whatever you wanted to. You can put other kinds of greenery. You might have some die cuts on it, or, you know, whatever that you would like to do. Oh, a butterfly. Oh, I love that. Yes, Molly, that's what we need. We need a butterfly. We certainly do. We'll have to do that. So I'm not going to glue this on, but I wanted you to see, you know, how that all kind of works out together. So let's move on and let's talk about how we could use this same idea in a journal page, okay? Are you excited to see it into a journal page, you guys? I'm always saying you can use these techniques and put them in journals, but, you know, I kind of leave it to everybody to just do it. And so today I'm going to show you. So I've already got a bunch of it ready. And let's see, somewhere in here. Here's our little house we did yesterday, our little house paper clip. Okay, so this is the little cards and envelope thing that we were working on, I think last week. So I have cut, these were for 5x7 cards. And so the card, here's one of the cards, and so this is like a 5x7. And so a lot of the papers, if they were big enough, I went ahead and I cut it a 5x7. And that way, you know, it just covers the whole thing. If your 5x7 goes in here, it has a tiny bit of a border. So this one I've just cut 5x7, but I've added an inch, so it's got another inch that I can fold over here. And I've cut it down the side. Now this one, let me see how much I cut, because it's not quite as wide as our card. I think I cut it at 1 inch. Actually, it looks like I did 1 inch and 1/8. So 1 1/8 inches and fold it to the score. So 5 inches wide, 8 inches long, score it at 8. I mean, score it at 1 inch, and then cut down 1 1/8 inches on both sides. So now we're just going to glue the top down. I'm going to fold it over and glue it like that. Oh man, I tell you what, my little glue bottle is really making me work hard. I'm really having to squeeze it hard on here. Okay. I'm gonna move something here so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. So I'm just gonna flip it over and put it kind of close to the top and get that pressed down good. And I hope it's straight. Yeah, that's pretty straight. It's hard with it flapping around up there, right? Okay, so that's good. So now, so that this is hidden, I have cut a piece of a book page. This is from a Reader's Digest. You guys, while I was working on this project, oh shoot, it doesn't quite cover it. Well, I'm gonna have to live with it. It's gonna peek out a tiny bit. But you know what? It'll be fine. You'll take... Donna's going for more coffee, and Martha says she'll take one with some cream and no sugar. I love it. You guys are funny. You know, it is just... Oh, ink it, ink it, ink it. Oh. Good idea, Deborah. Oh my goodness. See, this is why I like my crafting buddies to hang out with me. Now this one, okay, this one is going to be, which, are you talking about this, or Donna, are you talking about this part, or not Donna, Deborah? Do you mean the cream colored one or the book page? Hi, Sue. Which one? Well, it doesn't matter. Let's ink this one. And then maybe we'll work on the other one too. It's not going to have much of it sticking out, but yeah, let's do it. I got this brush and it'll be easy to just add a little color. This is, you guys, the color on this old Reader's Digest page practically looks like it's had some ink. You know, you guys, when you look at when some of the books were published, it is amazing that they don't have to be any older than they are to start having the papers turn like this. I mean, I was just so shocked. And when I first started noticing it was with some hymnals that I had picked up somewhere. And I thought, well, I wonder how old they are. Well, then when I started looking, oh my goodness, the part I want to hide. Oh, down under here. Oh, yes. Look, it's almost the same color. Smart woman. Very good idea. Thank you. That'll really help. Now when we fold it over, look at that. It like hides it away. Oh, look at you. Look at my smart friends. Okay, that was a smart idea. Okay, so now, well, it's not, of course it's not going to do anything when I put that under. It covers it. Of course it hides it. But look, this is going to be, that looks pretty good too. It really, that really does help. Okay, let's go ahead and glue this down. You guys, you know, it's just, it's so amazing. It's so, it just would be so much fun if all of these were a little bit, you know, we think of them as being somewhat interactive because everybody can type in the chat. But can you imagine if we could hear each other, everybody? Oh my goodness. Of course, would we ever be able to get anything done? It could be noisy. It could be noisy. And I'm just using a little bit of, this paper is so, it's kind of fragile, and I just wanted to give it a little more oomph. That glue is a lot like Fabri-Tac or Beacon 3-in-1. So now we'll just slide this on here. Kind of make sure it's straight. I like to use my big old spatula. Where is it? Huh. I like to use it. What the heck? I thought it was right there. Okay, well, we'll just press it down good. That is so annoying. You guys, I really have got some work to do in here and get all of this cleaned up and picked up. Okay, so now I have got some other parts. Okay, so the center part is 2 5/8 inch by 6 7/8 inch. Okay, so we're leaving a tiny bit of border on here too. You know, I'll still be able to ink, so I'm going to ink it. After I get this glued on, we're going to ink it up. Okay, so, but yeah, I just thought, you know, I am always telling you guys, sure, you can use it in a journal. Sure, you could use it in a scrapbook. You know what? In scrapbooks, if you use page protectors, it's harder to do things that are interactive. But I know people that sometimes when they do something that's interactive, they will cut through like the page protector to make sure that you can actually get to whatever it is that needs opened or, you know, whatever. And it's just always so much fun to be able to, you know, open things up. Okay, and then these are 1 inch by 6 7/8. And so we're just going to do just like we did on the card. Just going to get it down here. And I thought it would be a fun thing. Little by little, you know, we get these journals all put together. I think I'll put it this way. Sometimes, even though they really are not, oh, this could have been a little bit, shoot, it should have been a little bit longer. This one should have been shorter. but it's okay. We'll ink it and it won't be so noticeable. Inking can hide a multitude of sins, right? Not sins, flaws. Crafty sins. About that. Crafty sins. Crafty mistakes. All right. Now I just want to kind of get it the same as the other one. All right. So we've got that. Let's put a little ink on this one. We'll just kind of brush this on. How many of you guys like the brushes? Which do you like better, the brushes or like the other applicator things that are more like a little wooden tool type thing? Which do you guys like? I use both, but I tell you what, I do like the rounded domes best of all. If I'm using the other things, I like the rounded domes. I can't hardly use the flat ones. I don't know why, but I just have a really hard time with that. What about you guys? Donna says she likes the brushes too. Ink, trim, and all the things. Sue says she likes both. As long as you've got something to do it with, I'll even take just the, depending on, you know, what I want to ink, I'll even just take the ink pad and run it along the edges. You guys ever do that? It can work in a pinch. In fact, you know what? I almost always used to do it like that instead of using the applicators, you know, the tools with the round circly things that Velcro on, because I could never get those to work. And when, you know, when I got my hands on the little domed ones, I couldn't believe what a difference it made. Okay, now then, we're going to have to use my other technique for putting something up here. Just bump it up to whatever you want to ink. So it kind of masks the other surface. And then you can ink it where you need to. Okay. Now look how that just blends right in there. Okay, so now we are going to take our one last strip and let's give it some ink, and I'm going to run it across. And I thought, well, let's see, which way should we put this one? Oh, I kind of like this one better. Which do you guys like? Well, I'm going to call this kind of the pinkish side or the more yellow side. Which side do you guys like better? It's kind of, you know, I don't know. Either way, it's kind of fun. The script this way. I kind of like this too. I like this one. I'm going to use that one. So let's just add a little ink on it too. Now since all of these are squared off, I'm just going to leave this squared off. We could have rounded the corners down there, but you know, so much of the book is squared off, so figured we'd just leave it like that. Okay, and now again we're only going to put some over here on the edges, the outer edges. And turn it the other way. And then just put it somewhere. I kind of like it here. Okay. Okay, now you open that part up. You've still got this part. You can decorate whatever you want to in here. And, you know, this is this cream color. So, I mean, it still blends with, you know, everything that we've been doing. I don't think that looks bad. And now, guess what? See this little house clip we used yesterday? I am going to clip it on right here. Ta-da! And there you go. Don't you love it? Oh my gosh, I think this is such a fun thing to do in a journal. The pinkish. Yes, Molly, that's the one we used. Yep. Look, you guys. Isn't that fun? And did you see I made, like, this was one of those dictionary pages that has the little pictures out on the side. And so I just made like a little belly band out of the outside edge. You guys, this is so funny. The dictionary that I have been pulling pages out that's big and it has these things on the side, I kid you not, at the back of that dictionary, it ends with Y. There's no Z. And I'm like, oh yeah, there's not, yeah, what would you do for a word for Z? And I'm like, well, there's zebras, there's zero. Right off the top of my head, I could think of 2 words with a Z. And I'm like, why would a giant dictionary not have a section for Z? How hilarious is that? I don't. Pretty funny. So yeah, so now you guys, look, we did a card and a journal. What do you think? I like that. Yeah, I totally agree, Molly. Something with a butterfly will be super cute. And if I can't find one that's a nice color, actually, let's see. I've got some ephemera over here. Oh, that would take me forever to try and dig through that. If I can't find one, I can always color it with colors that will look super cute. And I can turn this over if I want to, if I need to. I don't know. We'll do something with it, though. But you get the idea. And now it's up to you. Now it's up to you to do that. And I would love for you to come over into the clubhouse, my Artful Adventures clubhouse. You make something like this, pop it in there. Pop whatever you want to. I want to see what everybody's been doing. Come on over there and share what you've been doing. So, and it's no charge to join. So again, it's my Artful Adventures clubhouse. And there you have it. I know, don't you just love this? I love this so much. I love the little house. And you guys, I used, this is, before I finished yesterday, I didn't have the house done yesterday, but look what I used for the windows in it. A map paper. And with maps, you know, you've got like all kinds of colors in maps. So I picked this little part that had a little bit of, you know, a yellow tone to it. And then I put in, you can't really see so much here, I don't think, but I put some of those, they're glossy. I made them glass. Glass windows. You guys, thank you so much. I am not going to have a live make it kind of tutorial tomorrow. I have got to do some things here around the house. And so tonight, or in a couple hours, well, let's see. It's 2:30 my time. At 5 Eastern, I'm going to do my first Whatnot sale. So I'm going to do some stamps, you guys. I got all kinds of stamps and I need to make some room. And so I'm going to do some of those tonight. It'll be my first one. So if you want to come join me and hang out, that'd be great. And I'm my Artful Adventures over there too. And if you need a link or something, let me know. Shoot me a message. And I actually put one on my page, so you can look there again. I'll probably announce it again in a little bit and put that up there again. And so then tomorrow night, I'm doing one in the evening too. So it'll be 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I can, you know, move some of my stuff out and make some room. So you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for joining me. And yeah, let me know if you make something like this. I want to see too. I think this is a fun, you know, a fun fold. And that's what we call it, fun folds. Okay, you guys, thank you. You take care. Bye-bye. And you're very welcome, you guys.